Hey everybody, this is Moss Bresnahan again. I didn't really feel like making this video right now because it is kind of late at the moment and I am a bit tired. But I feel like now is probably the best time to get this out of the way. So what this video is going to be about is how you can defend yourself from bad guys, basically, and defend yourself from people trying to take advantage of you in a world full of temptations and in a world full of political turmoil, things like that. We live in a very divided country at the moment. Everybody has an opinion, and people are going to judge you if your opinion doesn't fit the common narrative. So, oftentimes, we can find ourselves getting sucked into a narrative that isn't fully us, that isn't in touch with our soul and our soul goals and what it is we want, because I don't know, we get confused over time. We lose our way. We forget who we are, what we're all about. And we lose touch with our personality instead of looking within ourselves and looking above the spirit world for guidance. We look around everybody else and vicariously live through other people's lives, which is not good. Or, hey, maybe you could get some material success from that. I don't know. But it's not very fulfilling in the long term because it's not you. You're not being yourself. You're not doing what you actually want. So that's a good thing to keep in mind. Also, a lot of people will try to tell you you're wrong if you do something else that isn't in, isn't doing what everybody else is doing, basically. Like if you're doing your own thing and it's not what everybody else is doing, people will oftentimes judge you and shame you for that. And the worst thing you can do is to fall into their narrative, fall into their frame. You need your own frame of reality. You need to know exactly where you're coming. Not looking around, saying, "Oh well, society wants me to do this. I need the approval from people I don't even like." It's like, where does that even come from? I never understood that. It's like, I need approval from people who don't even like me instead of approval from myself, who I've known and been for the past however long you've been alive. It's like, do you really not value yourself that you're going to value other people's opinions who probably don't even know you over your own? Like, you know yourself, or you should know yourself better than anybody because you've been you since the day one. And you should know what you're willing to do and what's going to work for you. So you need to breathe into the body and you need to trust in the spirit world to guide you to wherever your goal is. But you need to put faith in that as well. You can't just expect things to happen just out of nowhere. You need to put in the work too. You need to trust whatever deity it is you worship and trust that they will guide you to the end. And you need to feel as though you've accomplished that goal already. Have an end goal. A lot of people, they don't even have an end goal for their lives. They're just doing what everybody else is doing because, hey, they just don't know what they want. And that's not good. You need to know exactly what you want. You need an end goal. You don't just kind of drift through life because drifting is where your mind is going to be more susceptible to attacks from negative deities, negative forces are going to control your mind and try to steer you in different directions that isn't you. Basically, it's going to take you all over the place. Chaotic energy, which isn't good. What you need is straight, narrow energy, straight, focused, clear minded energy to a goal, to a direct goal. I think Earl Nightingale said this in one of his talks. I forget what this audiobook was. It was a very good audiobook. It's by Earl Nightingale. I'm sure if you The Strangest Secret, that's right. The Strangest Secret by Earl Nightingale. He talks about how to truly know what you want, you need to slowly be progressing towards a worthy ideal, and that is in fact the basis of happiness. Is the happiest I've ever been was when I had a direct goal and I knew exactly what I want and I could feel myself progressing towards that goal. That I think is the definition of happiness. It's not having all this stuff, it's not having material things, because trust me, you can get a lot of the stuff. I've gotten things I have wanted that I really wanted, but it didn't fulfill me because I was like, well, I got it. What's next? or I did get it and I didn't like it. I was like, huh, this isn't for me after all. I was just doing what other people told me to do. I felt pressured into doing this, peer pressure, pressured into doing other things. And oftentimes people will tell you, the school system is really guilty of this. The school system is evil in a lot of ways. And so is, and I know it doesn't make any sense, but the church is pretty bad too in some ways. The modern day church is literally run by Satan in some ways. Also, big pharma is another big one. It's like it's all kind of intertwined. Like the school system and big pharma is connected in a way to that. If you don't follow the narrative to achieving the goals, not your own personal soul goals, but the goals of the 1%, then you have something wrong with you. And that's when they try to prescribe you medication or something like that to, oh, just dull your thoughts. Just dull your thoughts. Just go with the flow. Just do this, See a professional or whatever who I believe are agents of Satan. I mean, you can disregard all this you want. Like, who's this guy on YouTube telling me what to think? But I just give my 2 cents. I don't really care what anybody thinks about me either. So I'm willing to speak my mind on what I believe in. So yeah, this is kind of a long video. I've kind of been going on and on. So how can I sum this up? Oh, just know your soul goals, breathe into your body, and never follow the narrative unless it's in alignment with your soul goals. Then it's okay. If you feel in your body that it's the right thing to do, like that's a very powerful thing. Not being too trapped up in the head, because the head is very neurotic. The head is the collection of thoughts and things you've seen, and we often identify with our thoughts and believe our thoughts are us, when really our thoughts are just, we're observers behind our thoughts is the thing. Our thoughts just go by. And also, don't let anybody ever pressure you into doing anything you don't want to do. And if people tell you, oh, well, you should take these meds to think more like the other people, it's 1984, man. It's just brainwashing. They're trying to get you to think like everybody else so that you don't challenge the status quo, because the top 1%ers make it so you can't question the status quo. And I think people are slowly waking up and realizing this whole what's going on, and people are very angry, and people are trying to escape from this rat race or whatever, this whole just narrative we've been trapped in because we can't think for ourselves. So my advice to you guys is raise your vibration and believe in yourself and breathe into the pit of your body so you know what your soul truly wants. Let your soul sing, guys. Don't let them bring you down. Don't let the school tell you you're not doing what the right thing. Stop being so good. You don't have to be good all the time. Stop listening to doctors telling you need to take meds or whatever because you don't believe in what everybody else believes. There's something wrong because you think for yourself. So always think for yourself, guys. Done.